Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back as always. Huge massive thank you for the support, I really do appreciate it. So I'm coming back with the Decoupage toppers, the dogtails one. I think this launched around about May time this year. I did I think 3 videos on it with different dogs. One of them was the like the beagle, I think, the French bulldog. So some of those are already on my my channel there, if you go back to sort of around about May time. But it's nice to come back with these because you do get such a lot in this pack. It's still available, and I believe you get 32 pieces of die cut decoupage, and out of each one it's really easy to make 2. So this would they're counting as 2 decoupages. I've already popped that out. But it's easy to make that into 4. So, you know, you're looking at around about 60 odd pieces of decoupage that are perfect for any dog lover. A lot of the dogs that people like. And it came, I got the kit with the actual Brilliant Backgrounds Dogtails pad. So you've got these beautiful scenes on one side and then the patterned papers on the other. And these scenes, you wouldn't necessarily even have to use these with the dogs. You know, if you've got sort of people, that sort of thing, you could easily turn these into something else. I mean, that could be just a nice scene on its own. Same with that one. And that's beautiful too. And that's my favourite out of all of these, that little house. Okay, so let's pop these to the side. Let me pop that on the top because I think that one's going to go missing. And we'll pop that over there. So my first card I'm going to do is one I haven't done on the channel before. I will do you a template if you want one, but I'm going to do a 5x5 side stepper. So for this one I'm not using my 6x6, I'm just using a piece of white 300 GSM card, but it's just an A4 piece, so I will have a fair amount left over. If you've got any 5x5 or 10x5 pieces of cardstock, it's easy enough to convert this down. So I'm starting by cutting that to 10x5. Okay, let's get rid of that now because we don't need that. And then I'm popping it over, so I've got my channel where the blade goes there, and I'm just popping that over to the 1-inch mark on this side. And I'm going to cut that at... I'm going to cut that from 1 to 6. Okay, so let's pop that away for the moment and bring in our scoreboard. And it's very similar really to my other stepper card. So we're going to start by scoring at 1 and at 2 up to that cut line. And then I'm going to score at 6 up to the cut line, and then I'm just going to turn that over and score at 5 to the cut line. Okay, now dependent on what way you want your step to go, I want my step to go on this right hand side, but if you wanted your step to go on the left, then you can just fold it that way. But if I fold it this way round, then what I'm going to end up with is this little step just on this right hand side. Right. Just going to make sure that's lined up quite nicely because I can see it's just going off a little bit. So if I burnish that down, that should help that. And then what I can do is just make sure that's where I want it to be, and then I can burnish those creases down too. And then what you end up with is this super cute little side stepper that will go in a 5x5 envelope. Okay, so that's the start. So let's bring in my trimmer. I might have to swap to the guillotine, but we will see how we get on with this. Now I'm going to be using a 6x6 Mimi mat, just because that's what I've got in my craft room down here. I have got some A4 gold upstairs, but I'm just going to use this for now. So I'm going to start by cutting a piece. So this piece here is going to be 1x5. So I'm going to cut that 2 notches under the 1 and 2 notches under the 5. And then this piece here is going to be 1 by 4. Yep. So if I turn that around, I'm just going to use the same way that I would on the other one. If I was doing it on the big one, just keep turning my cardstock around so I get the best out of it. No, that's not 5, that's supposed to be 4. So 2 notches under the 4 and 2 notches under the 1. That's that piece there. And then this piece here, I believe, should be 4 by 4. Let's get there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 by 4. So let's get rid of those little bits before they jam up my trimmer. I'm just going to cut a piece that's going to be 2 notches under the 4 on 2 sides. And then that's going to give me that lovely narrow white border that I like. Okay, we will keep that piece of gold. You never know when that might come in. So now I'm going to the book, and I think I'm going to use the little Pomeranian. So he's got these sort of outdoor, you're running through the grass. So I'm kind of looking for blues and greens, but I think actually, oh, but it's my favourite. How many of them have I got left? I've got 3, so I'm going to use this one. Let me just double check I haven't got any odd bits in my pack that I haven't used now. So just worth, with the smaller cards, it's just worth checking if you have got any smaller bits there, you know, rather than using up this whole big piece. Okay, so these 2 pieces, they are going to be 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to cut that down, and I'm going to cut 3 3/4. Now I'm going to have to park this piece because, well, it wouldn't fit there anyway, but I want the flowers to be going the right way up. So let's pop that over there, and we'll do the same across here. So 3/4 of an inch, and then that needs to be 4 3/4. So that one will fit on there. Now I'm thinking, do I want to bring in another colour? Let's see what else we have, and it'll be a pattern. Maybe the blue would be nice. Thinking that blue or that green. I love that. That's my favourite one as well. Okay, let's go with that blue. Where's that blue? So again, I know I haven't got a piece of this one. That will go back into my little folder there so that I can keep these together. And this, I'm just going to cut myself a piece that is 3 3/4. Again, all those extra bits go safely together. And then this one is going to go on there, like so. Just mix and match those up. If you wanted to keep going with those flowers, it looked nice as well. But let's do some assembling. So the glues I'm going to be using, my clout or tacky glue is the white one, which is the water-based glue. Got your clout all-purpose glue, which is the alcohol-based one, sort of similar to the Hunkydory construction glue. Sorry, there's bits on there, and because it's like a silicone plastic, the glue just, it doesn't set on it, so it looks like a plastic hair basically. And because I'm using the papers, I don't want to use this PVA glue with the water content on the papers because it'll make it bubble up. So I will use the permanent dots on there as well. Okay, so let's just open that out, and I'm going to start actually just by putting some dots on the middle of here, just because it's a small piece and I've found lately that they have been popping up in here, so I'm not quite sure why. So let's just go ahead and pop that on. And what I would say is it's more important to have these even edges at the top than at the bottom. So as you can see, that pretty much goes down to the fold. But if I make sure that there's nice white border all the way around at the top, because this folds down, that's the only bit you're going to see. And then this bit here, I'm going to put these blue dots on each side. And then just being super careful with this all-purpose, because I don't want it to splurge out the sides and take any of that shine off my lovely gold. And we're just going to pop that down. Give that a little press. So I'm going to do the same with this, just with that smaller piece. Just want it to stay where I put it. And just makes it easier for me to move on to the next step while I'm doing a video, to be honest. We just pop that on. There we go. And then same again with this one. Dots on those corners. Add a little bit of all-purpose. And then if I make sure I've got the flowers the right way up, that will help me a good deal. And it just means I've still got that ability to float that where I want that to be, to find the best option for me. And then I can give that a gentle press down. Those dots will take, and that's going to be quite nicely set on there. You can see that already looks quite nice. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to pop this on first before I put that onto my card. No particular reason, just because it's a bigger piece, easier to work with. And then again, just floating that into where I want that to be. And then we can give that a really good press down. And then I can use my usual glues on the back, because that's cardstock to cardstock. And if you've got any sort of little flower dies, maybe you might want to come over the top with that, would look nice. But this paper is lovely enough to be used on its own. So there you can see, pretty nice, cute little card as it is. So let's come in with my little pom. Just see how it looks. I might swap it out for the other one. Maybe that clashes a bit too much with blue. Maybe try that one. Yeah, we'll go with the Cavalier then. So, hens, apologies. What I tend to do, and I'm still going to do it on this card, I use every other layer of decoupage. And some of them it's harder to see which is the next layer and which is not, because these two do look very similar. So I'm going to take, actually let's pop them out and then I might make them up after the fact and make a card with them. I think they are exactly the same, look. So they are exactly the same. So that's why I couldn't see any different. So we'll have you there, we'll have you there. And then you've got that. That. We've got you. We've got you. We'll have the leg on the main one. We'll have the nose on the main one. And we'll have the back leg on the main one. And we'll put that on the main one as well, because I don't think it would make sense. Oh, what's this one here? We have that ear as well. Okay, so let's pop that to the side. So I'm going to pop that on my table up there. We'll make that one up later. And these I'm going to come in with 1mm foam pads on all of them. And if I grab those there, let's just tear some of those off. And what I'm going to do is just pop foam pads on all of the back of these. So it's nice and easy to see them now that they're on my table. And I'm not going to go too mad. I'm just going to, actually that one I'll cut in half. I'm going to pop that one there, so that one's done. Chunkier piece. Oh, that one there. So it's just a question of putting as many on as you want. I will shape these a little bit. Just to sort of make it nice. Oops. Let's pop you there. And the little sort of those little, if you buy the packs from Hunkydory with the foam pads, where you always get that little strip or that little pack with the smallest foam squares on, then those are perfect for this. And even then you might still have to cut them a little bit. So I think that should be okay there. I might put another one on, just a little one on there. Don't want it to be too ridgy. And then I'm going to put that on there just to support that leg. And then lastly that one there. Okay, so now we can come, just give these a little bit of a shape round, because you know this is going to be quite a chunky dog. And this one I've named Emmy. So when I grew up in Bristol, probably my best friend actually at the time, Kelly, who lived 2 or 3 doors along, they had 2 King Charles Spaniels. She had Emmy, who I think was a mum. Let's just give it a little shake, actually, a little shake round. And then she had a little black and white one, which was called Holly, which I think Holly was hers, and I think Emmy was her mum's. But they were lovely soft dogs, and would, you know, sort of not jump all over you, but they would just really meekly come up and say hello when you came in or when they saw you, and then go back to their beds. Really lovely, calm, quiet dogs. Something I've never seen in a dog. Oh, bless. All of my dogs have all been really hyper. So let's turn these over and then we know where they're going. This one is the tail, so let's do that one. Yeah, so I think since we've sort of grown up, all of the that needs to go first. All of the dogs I've had have been pretty crazy. A lot of them very reactive. But that's not a problem. It's just a work around, and you just get used to working around the little problem. Okay, let's put another little bit of glue on there just in case that's dried a little too much. And pop a little tail. And then we've got this little paw. And put her on. We've got our lovely big floppy ear. Got very silky ears, don't they? Very silky and soft. a little nose for booping. Actually, just going to bring my tweezers in for this bit. Oh, there she is. Bless her. There we go. So let's just pop a little bit of all-purpose on here. A little bit of tacky in the corner. And I'm just going to pop that central in the middle. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and matte that again on gold. I'm not going to. And then the sentiment that goes with it is this one, which is a treat for you. I can tell it's the same because it's got that sort of same background there. Let's just grab another foam pad. I've just decided I'm changing my mind and I'm going to put that on a bit of gold. Bear with me while I just get the gold. Okay, so just move that over a second. And grab my trimmer. And I think this is just over 3, so I'm going to say like 3.2. So I'm going to go for 3 1/4. And I think that should be this size. Let's just check. I don't want to put it on the gluey side because I want to round these corners. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. And then if I grab my little, don't fall, there you go, Hunkydory punch, and we'll just go in around those corners to match the topper. Those bits. Now what I'm going to do is just refresh that tacky glue. I think the other glue is still looking pretty nice. So let's pop this on. Don't know why that's bigger on one side. Move that down where I want that to be. And let's attempt fix it on the fly. That's not going to work. Okay, we will take it off. Sometimes you can get it under. Do you know, this is when it all, at least I'm showing you this is what happens to me as well. I'm wondering if I measured that wrong on one side. Let's see. So 3 1/4. So maybe this is different on one side then. Doesn't appear to be. Okay, now let's just see which side was. So this side needs to come a little shorter, so I'm just going to take 2 notches off. And I'm going to rub away some of that glue off the edge with my glue eraser, and we'll pray that it's right this time. A piece of tissue. Right, I'm going to apply all my glues again because at this point they're going to be quite tacky and I don't want it to super stick if I need to take it off, but I think we should be okay. Oh, that's better than it was. Yep. just need that to move up just a tiny bit, and then over to the side. Yeah, I'm happy now. That's just a clean tissue, by the way, guys. I have a little box of tissues here now. Okay, so now I'm happy with that. Should have thought about that beforehand. Thought about everything else, but not that. But hey ho. It's all going to be, all that mess is going to be hidden behind this anyway. So I've got that look. I think that looks a little better with that gold on there. You could even raise that up if you wanted to. And then I'm going to pop this coming over there. We're not going to see that. So next we want some nice little gems. I think I'm going to go with, let me bring these ones in. So obviously I'm going to go with gold because we've got gold. But what I want to do, move these out of the way and grab my little tool. I think what I want to do is have one there. Could be this size or the next size. Let's see. That needs to be the next size. Those are too small. You wouldn't see them. So I think it's this size. So I want to do like little little, well, in this house we call them toe beans, but you know, little paw print. Turn over. Yes. So I'm just going to pop. So if I get them on there, and then I can see how that's going to look. Might need a slightly bigger one, maybe that's the same size, maybe that one. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that one looks better. So if we do that there, and then we'll do another one on this side. 2, 3, 4. Just pop those back in, and then because we've got 4, 5, we've got 10. We'll just go with one down in this corner, or we could go up there. No, we'll go down in that corner, I think. Okay, there's the plan. Let's pop those to the side. Now I'm going to try this other little glue dispenser I've got. So I've got this from AliExpress, mainly because I wanted the silicone tops, but I think it comes out a little bit finer, and it's less squirty, like the other one blows bubbles. I still love it though, but there we go, so that's quite nice. There we go. Maybe take you back just a little, move you up, you in. Okay, yeah, happy with that. I don't know why this desk is supposed to be level, so I don't know why it does that. So I'm doing a bigger bob of glue, and then 4 small ones. Let's turn those over. And this probably would have looked nice in black as well if I used the little black pearls. Good. Last one there. Needs to move in a little. And this glue will dry clear, so okay. And then last one. yeah, so I decided, I didn't buy it for the bottle, I bought, like I say, I bought it for the top, but I put some glue in it yesterday and I can't unblock my Spellbinder one. I tried doing all the things it says online, burning it so it burns off the glue. I just made the end go black, which it did clean off, to be fair. I put it in water, still couldn't get it to unblock. So, but that is my finished little cute, super cute little 5x5 side stepper. So if you want me to do a little template on that one, I will do, that's no problem. I know some people prefer to see the actual template to be able to recreate it, and some people like to store them so they've got an idea to flick through, but let me know. But what I'm going to do now is just get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, I'm going to take a piece of 6x12 cardstock, but I am cutting this down. So I'm going to take this to 10 inches again, but this will make a card that goes into a 6x6 envelope, because this is the 2-step cutting card. So now we've got a piece that's 6x10, and I'm going to line this up with the 2-inch, and I'm going to pop my blade to 2 inches, and I'm going to cut to the 6 inch. So we're cutting from 2 to 6. Just checking I'm doing that right. So 2 to 6, yeah. And then I'm going to pop that to the 2-inch mark again. And this time I'm going to cut from 4 to 8. Okay, so you're going to have a card that's got those 2 cut lines in, running almost alongside each other but at different points. Let's pop that out of the way for the moment and bring in, oh, creaky chair, the creaky bones. Smash those out of it, that won't do them any harm, will it? Much. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this around. And this first score line is going to be from 2 to the cut line, and then from 4 past the first cut line and down to the second one. And then let's turn that around. I'm turning my template around as well, and I'm going to do the same thing again. So from 2-inch to the cut line, and then from 4 to the second cut line. Okay, so you're going to have a piece of card that's got 3 squares essentially going across the middle. So, and then we just need to get these moving all in the right directions. Okay, so just moving them along, gently teasing them over and down. And then what I can do, I'm just making sure that lines up at the top so it's flush, and then I can give that one a good press down, a good burnish down. Same at the bottom, make sure that's flush. And then you're going to have this card that's got a set of stairs on. Now if you've got any of the, I believe, I don't know if it was the same time or afterwards, they did some cats and dogs dies. So if you've got any of those little cats, they would look perfect on these little steps. But essentially here, the way I'm going to decorate this is I've got a piece that's 4x4, and the same here, 4x4. And then I've got 4 pieces that are going to be 2x2. Okay. So you're going to have a 2x2 piece there, 2x2, 2x2. Or is there going to be more than that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5, maybe 6. Right, we'll get making and we'll see how it turns out. So again, I'm going to go with the gold because there's gold foiling on the decoupage. I'm taking out 2 of these Miri mats because it's more than a 6x6 card. So I'm going to start by doing the 2 mats that are 2 notches under the 4 and 2 notches under the 4. So that one's going to go in there. Keep these bits to the side for the moment, and we'll do that again on this one because we won't get it out of those leftovers. So there we go there. That one's going to go on that side. So now I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are 2x2. Okay, so if I pop this one in and take 2 notches off the 2 and 2 notches off the 2, and then again on there, 2 notches off the 2, so that one's going to go on there. And I'm using the smaller bits up first, so 2 notches off the 2, 2 notches off the 2, which is going to be that one. Of course that one probably wouldn't be seen, you probably wouldn't need to decorate it if you did want to. 1 at the top there. Then taking one of these larger pieces, again 2 notches off that 2, 2 notches off the 2, 2 notches off the 2, and 2 notches off the 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, and we've got 1 piece left over, which would be the bit we cut off, so that makes sense. Okay, now I think I'm going to come in with some of those colours I've used before. So I'm going to come in at 3 3/4 and 3 3/4. I'm going to have that on that piece there, and at this piece up here, hopefully, if that fits as well. 3 3/4. Okay. Have we got 3 3/4 there? Nope. So we will steal another piece of that one. And I think what I'll do is take it from the bottom. So I'm just looking at the picture underneath. And I'm just going to take 3 3/4 square. So all of these pieces will go back into the book, into the folder I have. So I'm not going to use that blue again because I found that that didn't really work with that little Pomeranian. I think he's going to work on there quite well. But I want to go maybe with this darker green. Yeah, let's go with that. So now I'm going to do all of these little 2x2 squares. So if I start by going 1 3/4, and then I just need to keep cutting that again. So 1 3/4 onto there. And onto there. And onto there. So this bit's a bit repetitive, so apologies. There. So just going to do that again. 1 3/4. And you could mix this up with another colour if you wanted to as well. Maybe just a bit of plain adorable scoreable, any of that. Now I'm wondering whether I want to come in with a piece of the floral there. Or maybe to... No, let's just do this. It's going to look like it's got a pattern then, so it's going, so that's going to be better. Okay, sometimes I overthink these things, but there we go. So again, actually I'm just going to do this before I even get started. Let's have a look at him. So he is 3 by 2 notches under 3. So if I go 2 notches over the 3 by 2 the 3, hopefully, and then we'll round those off a little bit. That's that side. And might have to, let's have a little look at the corner rounders I have, see if there's anything that's going to come sort of close to that. I've got this big cross-cut one. I think that's another Hunkydory one, I think, and that takes it the other way. Okay, let's see how we get on. I'm just going to test this one on a little scrap of paper, just because I'm not, yeah, so it is a corner rounder, so I'm not sure which one is going to give us the best angle, but let's try this bigger one first of all. And yeah, so that is the biggest one we have. So I'm not sure if I like that or not. It needs something. It's not quite round. What about if I'm just gonna try it. We might have to cut another piece. This bit takes it the other way, so maybe it might be less gold. I know it's not the same shape. I do kind of like that better. Hang on a second, let me just see what else I have got. So everything else I've got, and these are quite old, are like the lace ones from let's see what it looks like. Lots of hoovering up to do later. So I'm just trying to take away some of that gold in the corners. Let's see what that comes out like. Don't know if I like that either. Right, just give me 2 seconds. Okay, so I've decided to go with that one because when I've got it the right way around, there is just that narrow border at the top and the sides, and then that little bit of decorative at the end, the corners. So it's just enough, I think, to make that stand out against that background. So let's pop all of these bits off. Okay, so I'm going to go with the same glues that we did before. So for the cardstock pieces, I can use my usual glues, so the tacky and the all-purpose. But for the paper, I'm going to be using that dotty tape pen. So just going to put these gold pieces on first, I think. This is the time-consuming bit. press down. These ones I think I am going to pop some tape pen in the middle just to make sure they stay. It's actually got 3 different types of glue. A bit extra in it. There we go. And let's move that to the side. Hair there, I'm not quite sure where that's come from, but I'm not quite sure where it's come from because it's kind of dark. And we're not dark, and neither is the dogs. Bit of a worry. So are you all preparing for New Year's? You're partying? Or are you staying home like me and protecting your dogs from the fireworks? They do start quite early here for some reason. We can start going off about 8. Maybe it's people with kids, I don't know. Oh, I didn't put any glue dots in this one, so let's see how it gets on. Just making sure those are straight as we go. Let's turn that around. Yeah, so the only good thing about there being fireworks on New Year's Eve is like that's pretty much it, apart from the odd wedding. Yeah, apart from the odd wedding, then that's pretty much it, and for 10 months. So George will get the confidence to go back out at night. Some loud motorbike, if you can hear that. So he doesn't like going out in the dark because any noise he thinks it's a firework and wants to come home. So by around about March time he'll be confident again. And then usually you get the odd pop during the day from the farmers and the pro scarers. Okay, so that's where we're at the moment, all nice and shiny. So let's do the big pieces first of all. A lot of matting and layering on this one, but it's kind of worth it because you do get that lovely look at the end. So again, just popping it on. Once you've got that where you want it, just give it a press down just to connect those glue dots, and also just spread that glue about. And there we go. For this other big piece, sorry, got the sniffles all of a sudden. And then we just need these ones here. I don't think there's any right or wrong way with those sprigs. I'm still going to use my all-purpose on there just to get them floated into the right place. There we go. And if you like this set, not only is this available, but there is a Christmas version as well. Dogs in Santa hats and such. So it might be worth checking that out. I have to say, I didn't get it. That's why you didn't see me working that Christmas one. But if I see it on sale, I'm going to get it because there is such a lot in there for your money. I mean, you've got 32 of these decoupages, so, and like I said before, you can make 2 of each. So, you know, you're looking at about 6 or 7 Christmases that could last for. So, I'm definitely going to get a pack. And there's, you know, lovely dogs in there as well. So, no Scotty though. So, disappointed about that. But, lots of other good, lovely breeds. And don't forget as well, if you have any of the previous cat or dog kits that they've had before, I know there was a perfect pad for, I think it's a dog's life, and there was it's a cat's life as well. So there, and those, I think the papers in it are matastic. So if you wanted a different look, I'm pretty sure it is. Let me just grab it. I'm sure it's behind me. There we go. Here we go. So yeah, they are matastic. But if you wanted different papers, might be worth seeking that one out. There you go. And you've also got the images of the dogs as well. And look at that Jack Russell, how cute is he? You know, so beautiful artwork on this one. Look at the Westie. Look at those puppies. So Poppy was part Westie. She was a Westie Poodle. But yeah, there's those books as well. I don't know, can't think off the top of my head if there was any before that. There possibly could be. But that would also work with this one. Okay, let's give that a little press down, turn it around the right way so the flower's the right way up, and you can see that is quite nice. Okay, so let's get that the right way up. Is it the right way up before I start gluing? I don't want another little disaster. What I will do is just take a couple of pips there, and then what I'll do is I'll make up the decoupage before I put it on a card. I'm going to do the same as I did with the other one. Scrolling on me. Okay, so we're going to do what we did with the other one, sort of steal a layer. So let's grab what. So I think those are pretty much the same. Oh, he's lost his tail in that one, so we'll keep that one. So that's that one, and then that one. His little foxy face. That one. We're going to have our yappy birthday wishes. We're going to have our little snoot. Our little toe beans. And what's this one? Is this another? Oh, that's the other paw there. Okay. So what I'm just going to do, just so I know what it's called. I know it's named, but it's just handy for me when I'm doing titles and things. Okay, let's pop our little pom over there with our other little friend. And then this time I'm just going to shape them before I put those pieces on. I hope they do another kit like this year. Some different dogs will be quite cool. toes, little nose. These are quite scary little dogs, I think, you know, because they just come so quick at you. Not like vicious or anything, but they are nippy. Not nippy as in biting, nippy as in fast. So, a bit like Yorkshire Terriers, they can be quite fast and all. Mind you, they can be quite bitey. We've got one up the road that, well, we don't know what its name is, we just call it Princess. And it's probably the most recent dog on the block, because there was Mo used to live in that house before, and she used to have no dogs, but she used to babysit her son's schnauzers when they went on holiday. Not the schnauzers, well, I suppose technically the schnauzers were going on holiday as well, but we never remember their name. We just used to call them the German boys. And they also guard their gate, and it's on the path to the sort of where you have to go to walk the dog, down to the sort of park. So they used to sort of, if you hear them beforehand, you're prepared. But this little Yorkie, it's quite stealthy. You don't hear it, and then all of a sudden you hear it. Yeah, George doesn't like it. George doesn't like to be barked at when he's going on his walk, when he's been walking that way for the last 12 years. He's an old man, but he thinks he's the boss of everything. You know how little dogs are, they always think they're the boss of everything, don't they? Alright, let's get these layers on. And pop. It's the first layer, isn't it? Yeah. Because he loses his legs after this. And I love the way all the pieces are foiled, like they don't just foil the ones that are going to be seen. It just gives you more options, doesn't it, to use it. I think Hunkydory do a great job of anticipating how we might use something and helping us to do that. Like, for example, the decoupage. The decoupage layers always fit not only the topper that comes with it, but the sort of printed decorative sheet as well. So you definitely can get at least 2 out of each one, sometimes more. I think I did get 3 out of each one last time, and that was really easy to do as well. So yeah, they do a great job. You Hunkydory people, you know that anyway, don't you? Okay, so this one's that one. Just make sure I've got on. That's his nose. That's this one here, and then that one's this one here. So let's do that first. Let's grab my little tweezers. These reverse tweezers are great for just helping you get these things in place when they're a little bit tiny. And then, I need to move you over a little bit, sorry. Better. And then this one, 1, 2 there. You don't have to do these little pieces if you don't want to. And then his little snoot. Always look really happy, don't they, Poms? Okay, so we could go at the top or we could go there. I think we'll go on the front, because that way when it's folded down it's not going to get swashed behind that. So again, a little bit of tacky glue, a little bit of purpose, put that straight into there. I'm wondering whether to go with one of the bigger birthday sentiments. Let's see what we've got. I'm just thinking it's quite a nice big gap there. I can still put that on there, happy birthday wishes. I'm kind of looking, bubble there, let me just get rid of that. So we're looking sort of greens, I think. Green and gold. Is there going to be green and gold? There's a green and gold. Hip hip hooray, it's your birthday, have a smashing birthday. Age to perfection. Let's see if there's any other greens. Or browns might work as well. Many happy returns. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, I like that green, but it's not quite right. Cheers to 60 years. You're how old? It's a warm green. Pink, orange, purple, silver. That's pink. Okay, let's go back. So let's go back to that darker green. There we go, it's a fresher green really. So we've got a choice of hip hip hooray, it's your birthday. Sending love and best wishes as your birthday's here. There'll be fun, cake and laughter and lots of good cheer. I think that one's going to be too big. Hope your day rocks. Be belated. Okay, I think I'm just going to go with this. It's not boring, but it is. Hip hip hooray, it's your birthday. And I think I might. I'm going to leave that one off. We'll use that with the other decoupage. I think that's probably going to be the best one. Let me just see if there's any others. No, I'm not going to go with any others. I'm going to go with that one. Okay. So with this one, I'm going to have to be a bit careful. I'm going to put it over to this left-hand side, no, right-hand side, so that I can pop it up a little bit. And I don't want it to clash with the folding of my card. So, and I'm not going super high either, just 1 millimeter. I'm sorry I've been very indecisive today. Right, let's pop that down. I'm going to pop that up. And we could go gold again, which would show up really nicely on that green. Or, I don't think the black would show up really well on there. Well, I think we're going to have to go gold. Gold. Okay. So I'm not going to go crazy either. So I think I'm probably, that's too big. Yeah, that one, that one. I'm not going to go with the smaller one there. And put 2 on this side here. Okay, so that's my 5. So because I'm not going with those really tiny gems, I'll use this one. So that one's on there. And I'm not putting any on the inside panel underneath here, because it will affect that fold basically. So I'm not going to do that. I mean, you could put it in like a little boxer loop and then it wouldn't get quite so squashed, but I'm trying to keep it sort of small in a normal envelope. Okay, so that is card number 2 with that two-step cutting card. So let's hold that up. So that would sit on a mantelpiece like so. So you would have those bits coming across like so. That is that finished card, and like I say, it will fit in a 6x6 envelope. Okay, and it's perfect for when you've got those smaller toppers or squarish 4x4 sort of type things. But let me bring in our little cute little side step. There we go. So that's those 2 cards that I've done today. I'm going to be coming back with this kit next time. So again, I'm going to come back with some of the other dogs. I'll try and pick dogs that I haven't done before, and try and come up with a couple of different ideas as well for them. So, you know, just try and keep it a bit fresh. It was quite nice to do the little stepper card in the 5x5, to be honest. It's a bit different, isn't it? But just to wish you all thank you so much for the support you've given me this year, and the support you consistently give me by watching and commenting on the videos. I really do appreciate that. I can't tell you enough how much I really do appreciate that. And to wish you all a very happy new year. Hopefully 2025 is going to bring you lots of great things. But I will see you next year, and until then, happy crafting. Bye.